follow, sell high. That's how you make your money right in the stock market. The stock market. Thanks for coming to the Nala Monet Show, and I am here today with stock market tips from Nala, period. Let me do a little disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I'm not telling y'all what to do with y'all money. Nala didn't tell you to do nothing. I'm just giving y'all my experience and what I've learned and letting y'all know what it is and what it ain't. Y'all do not have to follow my tips. Y'all do not have to follow what I'm telling y'all. Y'all can just take my knowledge and go. Y'all got it? Y'all getting it? Good. All right. So here we go. So for the first thing that I wanted to talk about was, first, what is the stock market? Like, a lot of people tell you, oh, invest in the stock market, invest in the stock market, but a lot of people don't know what the stock market is. Like, nobody really taught us this in high school or even in college. I don't remember anybody ever teaching us actually about the stock market. Like, they'll mention it here and there, and they'll say that wealthy people invest in the stock market, but they never tell you how, or what do you do when you get into the stock market, or how do you even find a stock to invest in. So I am the one-stop shop that is teaching y'all. I'm not teaching y'all for real, but I'm teaching y'all. I'm letting y'all know the ins and outs and telling y'all what it is and what it ain't. All right, cool, bye. So I researched what is the stock market, and this is what Google literally told me. And I found the best definition because I know a lot of definitions are a little confusing if you don't really know anything about finances. So this is the one that I felt would actually paint a picture to tell y'all what the stock market is. All right, here we go. According to thebalance.com, I know it's not a .org, y'all, but I thought it painted a great picture of what the stock market is. The stock market works like an auction where investors buy and sell shares of stock. These are a small price of ownership of a public corporation. Stock prices usually reflect investors' opinion of what the company's earnings will be. So, what this definition says to me is that basically you're at an auction. I'm going to just paint the picture for you. You're at an auction. Say a car auction, and you see a car that you know is a really good car. You like the way it looks, you like the way it drives, you like everything about the car, but it has a lot of miles, right? So now you're trying to figure out what it's worth. That's how you go about picking your companies. Do you actually like the company? Do you trust the company? Do you think the company will be successful in the long run? What do you think about the company yourself? So when you're picking companies, pick companies that you actually believe in and that you are willing to spend your money in, because the likelihood of another person spending their money on that company is very high, and that's how these companies get their financials, by people spending their money. Get it? Boom. Let's get to, what are shares? So according to me, shares are the amount of stock that you own in a certain company. So say a stock was $5. If you buy one share of the $5 stock, you only pay $5 for that stock. Any price that it has above or below is what you either gain or you lose. So if the stock goes to $5.50, you have earned 50 cents on that stock. Stock goes down to $4.50, now you've lost 50 cents, right? Okay, boom. So that's one share. If you buy two shares of the $5 stock, you now pay $10, but you have two stocks for $5 each. So if it goes up 50 cents, if it goes to $5.50, now you've made $1. If it goes down to $4.50, now you've lost $1. Not just 50 cents, because you have two shares. You have to multiply that by how much you either made on that stock or lost on that stock, right? So that's how shares work. So if you buy 5 shares of $5 stock, now you paid $25, but all of them are worth $5. So anything above that $5 is your gain. Anything below that $5 is your loss. Okay. So, how do you trade stock? So when we say you're buying a stock, that means you've bought those 5 shares for $5. That means you spent $25 in that stock, right? So that's you buying stock. When you sell a stock, so say your stock ran up to $10 each, you done made $25 overall. That means you've doubled your initial investment. So now you have $50. When you sell it, that's the amount of money that you're going to get back. So that's you trading stock. right? Cool. So how do you do research on the stock that you want? The way that I would recommend you do research is look at what they were doing prior to before you're about to buy your stock. I'm not saying just a month or two. I'm saying literally look at their financials from a year or two ago. You want to see if this company is losing money over the years or if they're growing as a company over the years, because that will really be a big determination on if you really want to buy the stock. If the company looks like it's going out of business, it's not smart for you to invest in that stock because you're going to lose your money over time. Another thing, stock is not something that you make money on in the next day or the next week or the next month. Sometimes it takes months or even years to double your money. So don't think that this is like an easy thing unless you're day trading, and that's on you, y'all. I don't personally do that. I just let my money do what it do and wait till that profit go up. But to each its own. If you want to day trade, you're going to have to do your research on your own on that. When you buy a stock, that $5 stock, if it goes up to $10, you have doubled your money, and you're like, Nala, I got to get out. I done made as much money as I wanted to. I just want to double my money. I set my goal and I reached it. I'm trying to get up out of there. Boom. You sell your stock. So when you sell your stock, that is the amount of money you're going to get for the stock that you sold it for. So if you bought a $5 stock and you sold it for $10, you're going to get the full $10. That means you doubled your money. You put in 5, came out with 10. Now, if you bought a stock for $100 and it drops to $30 because it's losing all its money, it's going out of business, now you've lost $70. That means you are only getting $30 back when you sell the stock. You're not getting your original 100. That is the luck of the draw of the stock market. You're either going to make money or you're going to lose money. But the goal is to make money, y'all. Y'all do not want to lose money because it hurts your feelings. What I will say, 2 things. Do not look at the stock market every day because it's going to scare you. Unless you're day trading. Then that, to each its own, you do your thing. But if you are trying to do it for the long run and you're trying to double your money, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to double your money in a day. The likelihood of you double your money maybe in a month or more, that's more realistic. So don't think that this is like a quick, I'm going to make my money and I'm going to leave. That's not how it is. The stock market is for the long run. You want to invest your money and you want to make your money make money, right? That's how the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor, y'all. I'm letting y'all know now. We don't need quick fixes. You want to build generational wealth, and this is how you do it. And let me give y'all one key thing. If you double your money, leave your initial investment in the stock market because you can keep doubling it. You're not losing that. Invest money that you would not mind going without. If you got to pay rent and you think you're finna double your money and get this rent money, I wouldn't bet that in the stock market. But if you're trying to save up to go on a trip or to pay for college or to do things like that, that is a good way to make money. You want to invest in a stock that you think is going to do well over the years. And after you get to that point, hopefully you got to, a good point and you're not losing your money. You're going to make money over the years 9 times out of 10. Have goals when you're trading for stock. Don't just be like, I'm going to just wait until that thing shoots up. Because the same way it can shoot up, y'all, that thing can shoot back down. And we're not trying to lose money out here. So put a goal. If you say you want to double your money, you can literally say, I'm going to look at the stock market. If it hits my goal, I want it to sell. I want to keep my money and I want to roll. You can do that in the stock market. You can set limits. You can set selling points. You can do a lot of things in whichever app that you want to do. I use the limit a lot. So I say if I want to buy a share of, just for example, Coca-Cola. If they're at, I don't really know their stock price right now, but if they're at $30 and I don't want to buy it until it hits 25, I'm going to set that limit. And once it hits 25, they're going to put me into the stock market. They're going to take the money that I already have in the app and they're going to put me into the stock market. So that means that I have invested $25 of how many each share. So if I say I wanted to buy 5 shares at $25 of Coca-Cola, then as soon as it hits that 25, I'm buying all 5 of those shares. Don't just buy and now you're losing your money because the stock market tanked and now you're looking crazy and you're sad. I understand. Don't do that. have a plan where you're doing it. Do a lot of research before you start investing, because if you do not, you'll make bad decisions in the stock market. All right? So, boom. Let me put y'all on game real quick. Right now, the stock market is down, y'all. It is not a drill. The stocks are cheap. I swear. For example, I would say 2 months ago, not even 2 months ago, a month ago, Delta was selling for around $59 to $55 a share. Right now, it is selling for $22 because of this coronavirus epidemic. It has dropped 50%, a little bit more than 50% in 2 to 3 weeks. This is the perfect time to invest your money in the stock market. And let me tell y'all why. You want to invest your money in the stock market now because stocks are cheap and they are projected to rebound back to their original prices. That's what we're projecting that is going to happen once this coronavirus epidemic is over, because nobody really wants to invest when there's like big epidemics out there. They usually take their money out when the epidemics, start happening. And that's why the stocks drop so low. So right now is the perfect time to invest in the stock market because you can afford it. Once the coronavirus, epidemic gets its thing together, and once the economy gets back to how it was, everybody that has invested in the stock market right now is expected to at least double their money. At least. Because everybody is down. I have invested my money last week and already made $50 just by a little bit of increase because of the little bit of hope that everybody is getting within the economy. Invest now, y'all. It is a recession. I'm gonna go back to the song that I was singing because it is still relevant. I made this song in middle school, y'all. And come on now. If it's relevant, then it's definitely relevant now. Buy low, sell high. That's how you make your money, right? In the stock market. When you buy low, because right now it's very low, you buy in cheap prices. I'm telling y'all, do not sleep right now. There are stocks that were hundreds of dollars that are now $50 a share. I'm not talking about just $100 for 5 shares. I'm talking about hundreds of dollars per share that are selling for $50 per share right now. That means if a share was $200 3 weeks ago and it's $50 right now because of the economy and because of this epidemic, what do you think is going to happen once the epidemic is over? It's going to jump right back up because people aren't starting to dislike that product. It's because people right now are not out in the economy to buy the product because they're in their house, they're quarantined. So do not sleep on the stock market right now. There are plenty of apps that y'all can get into to invest. Y'all can pick your own. I personally use Robinhood because it was free and it was easier for me to understand. Say this coronavirus epidemic dies tomorrow, right? They found a cure, everything goes back to normal. You've doubled your money overnight because everybody is going to start investing in those stocks ASAP. You getting it? You getting it? I think y'all getting it. Let's do a whole little recap. The stock market is a place where you can invest your money. You can buy a certain amount of shares of a company that you believe in and you do your research on, so you know that they aren't going bankrupt and you're not going to lose your money as soon as you invest. And you invest as much money as you think it's necessary to for yourself. Only you know your financials. If you can't do it right now, that's fine. But there's another thing called penny stocks where you can buy stocks that are literally a penny. So there is something for everybody. Just do your research on the stocks that are right for you. Do your research. We aren't in a recession, y'all. Invest your money. Okay. So if y'all have any other comments, questions, or concerns, let me know. And I'll make sure that I'll answer them either in another video or I'll even, just comment back and just let y'all know what it is and what it ain't. All right. So if you like what you saw, comment, share, like, subscribe, and tell me what y'all think. Let me know what y'all want to see next. And boom, I'm going to get back to y'all. All right. Bye, y'all.